Hi everyone, my name's Olivia.
Hi, I'm Malia.
Welcome to the Through Your Eyes podcast. We have a new setup.
Isn't it pretty?
Isn't this so cute? These chairs are
This
like...
magical quill?
It's a queen's quill, actually.
Exactly. To go along with our amazing book that has come out. Full print. If you haven't read it yet, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you really need to. You know what though we need to do? This is a side topic. We need to do an audiobook.
Oh my gosh.
How
I remember
would that be?
you tried to get me to do that briefly for the death call, and I was like, absolutely no way.
Yeah, but I was talking to like a 14, 15-year-old. She was just like, ew.
Yeah, gross.
Gross.
That would be so. I'm like, how many? I wonder what our voice would sound like, and then we can go back and forth.
Yeah.
It's Mom. Look how close.
Can you see?
If y'all couldn't catch up yet, my glasses are currently right there because of the glasses like shine, and also we forgot our problem glasses.
It's fine. It's fine. We might edit this whole thing out.
But why? It's
But
so
why?
funny.
We are here today to talk about Malia's updates in life. Like literally, if you had to like write your perfect life, thank you God for being the author, right? The author and the finisher of our faith and of our life. Like literally, if you had to write out, this is the perfect thing that could happen to Malia after graduation. It has literally happened.
Y'all, I'm
It's
quite
crazy.
excited. I'm like, I don't even know where to start. So I, sorry.
Do you want me to start?
What?
Do you already say? So
No.
Malia
I can start. I just
didn't trust God.
If you want to sum it up, and that's coming from Pastor CB, yeah.
Malia didn't trust God.
The beginning of senior year, I knew job hunting was going to be hard. I knew that I didn't trust God in terms of like the unknowns. It's still a really hard area for me. And so I would joke, because joke is my way of coping, that just to help me grow in my faith and to test me, God is not going to give me a job until I'm walking the stage, is what I was telling people. I was like, I'm going to try to stay positive, I'm really trying to work on it, but I was just like, it's not going to happen until I walk.
And then I was like, girl, people don't get jobs until way after graduation.
And I was like, please tell me you're lying. But anyways, in the midst of capstone, books, my job that I had in Mississippi, just all the things, I was applying to jobs, not as much as I should have, but I was applying to jobs, wasn't hearing anything, and then I would get far in a job, didn't get it, started getting rejections, and y'all know how rejections are. I don't care who you are, rejections suck.
Yeah,
they hurt.
hard.
It's a little sting to your pride, and I'm just like, I think the lowest point, honestly, was when I got rejected from a movie theater. And I was like, y'all, it's popcorn and picking up a theater afterwards. Like, I applied to that after I already got home. It was just like finding income. So I was applying for real jobs, I was applying for summer jobs, everything in between, just to like get myself going, because I was just sitting in your apartment while you were at work staring at the ceiling, like quite literally. Broke, needed money bad. And I felt I'm so grateful to have family, multiple houses, multiple people who support me and understand the job market and that it's hard. And I had multiple places to live, but I was taught at a younger age that after college, that's when you start to be on your own. It's supposed to be when you start paying rent and doing big things. And so I was pressuring myself, and I was being critical of myself, because even though my family was okay with it and they understood and I was being supported, I did not like the idea that I had no way to even give partial rent to my mom for living in her space, if that makes sense. So there was all that going on, no money. End of May comes around, and I've had interviews, I've had applications, but nothing was really coming yet. Everything was taking forever. I go to your room, tears. Mom, I'm broke, and Mom, like, nobody wants me.
And all I keep saying, and I know it's like, as a mom, you just want to be like, whatever, Mom. I just want to be like, God's got it. And I was like, the reason that you didn't get the movie theater jobs, because God was like, no, like, that's not it. But it's like, we got to go through that process, and we got to get to our wit's end, and we got to, like, get to the last minute and otherwise God won't get the glory in it. Like, imagine if you applied to your first job, got it. It's like,
mind you, a lot of the jobs I applied to a lot of them were copywriting, copy editing, stuff like that. So it was in my wheelhouse. I was okay with doing it. It was marketing, social media, that I was like, I could do this and I could find joy in it and I could make my impact, but it wasn't, none of them were my dream positions. I think the closest was the pop sockets job, but that still was copywriter, like something that I wasn't fully invested in. So that day started off great. We went to eat breakfast together, celebrating just a whole bunch of things. And I had an interview, like a follow-up interview. I had the interview, and I was gearing up to help serve at a restaurant because as a one-time gig, because it was that day, because I literally needed an income wherever I could get it. If I had a call to babysit 15 kids, I didn't really have a choice at that point. And so I was gearing up, had that interview, trying to like prepare, like I don't want to serve, but I've never done it, and I want a job. Like I literally was so stressed out. Had the interview, and the people were like, you'll hear from us in about a week. We want to hire someone pretty soon. Literally, I think I got off the call at like 1:40. You went down to take a nap because we were both going to go serve. An hour and a half later, I got a call back that I got the job.
Crazy.
Hour and a half later, I got an email in the same thread with my original email being my application. So it's like 15, 16 threads of follow-ups and doing an edit test and doing all these things. And it was like, can you call us real quick? And I literally was shaking. I was like, if this is not the phone call, why would they want to call me if they talked to me an hour prior?
They would just email you and be like, no, thanks.
It was literally like tears, shaking on the ground, trying to have like a, yes, I will take the position. When internally I was like, oh my gosh, say it. Like I literally was losing, and I was like, I don't want to wake you up, but I was just like, no, I have to. So all of that leading up to say, if you haven't seen it online already, I am the new audience engagement editor at 5280 magazine.
Not just any magazine.
5280 magazine, which, mind you, like if I told my friends back home and they were like, what is that? So for those who aren't in Colorado and just don't know, which is okay, 5280 magazine is a Denver magazine, and it is one of the most popular magazines in the state. It's the magazine that people subscribe to, get all their info from. If I say 5280 in Colorado spaces, I don't need to elaborate anymore on what I'm Which, for those who don't live in Colorado, that's the gravity of the dream job I had just been offered. Is I don't have to say much for all these different groups of people to know where I'm working, and they cannot believe when I tell them.
Well, and what's interesting too is when Malia first read the job description, she was just like, I'm just not feeling this. Because they asked for a lot of...
No, it wasn't not feeling this, because I remember when I applied. I was in Florida with my best friend Tyler, we celebrated graduating, and you emailed me saying, hey, apply to this job, 5280 job. Clicked on it, read it. It was a little bit like, I'm not really feeling it. It was mainly, y'all, I felt out of my depth.
You felt like you couldn't get it.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. That's where God really works. Oh, you think you can't? You can't because I can't.
I read it and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I love 5280 magazine. I literally, y'all, you have 5280 magazines. I would cut them up and like read them and then cut them up and put them in my vision boards as a kid. Like oh my gosh. But part of the application process was to submit 5 pitches to kind of show that you understand 5280, like their scene, their environment, just like the whole deal. I remember texting you back and just like, Mom, such a cool job. I'll apply for it. I feel out of my depth. I don't know if I can do this. Like this is the first application that it was more than just my name and resume. Like it was asking something of me and I was not sure if I could put it up. Truly. So I applied to it in a Florida Airbnb during this trip of just like, okay, week of graduation, I applied to this job. It was like the Monday of graduation. Applied to it. I was like, okay, I did these 5 pitches. I don't really know which, this is jumping ahead, but one of the pitches that I did for the application, I'm currently working on.
That's so cool.
To like write for 5280 magazine.
Oh my gosh.
Week later, so the morning of, I think the morning we landed, like the morning we flew back to Colorado, I did a video call with them. Got back to me, did an edit test so they could see like how I edit. Also huge undertaking. I was not, I had like a week to do it. They were gonna pay me in case I didn't get the job so they could use it. But it was like, do a review. How would you promote this story? How would you edit this? And I was just like, if you would ask me just in a general space, I'd be like, oh, I could do that. Asking for a job application that I really wanted, I was like, I don't know if I have this enough. Because I'm also a creative writer, so I've done editing and I've done that world, but I didn't just graduate off of that world specifically. So I almost had to like jumpstart like my yearbook brain from 4 years prior. So I was like, I really want this, but I don't know if this is sent it, waited a while, and they literally the follow-up and the call of the job was the day of the survey. I almost didn't do the survey. I was like, I'm now a Big Time magazine editor. Oh, which, do you want to, or I explain that?
I can explain that. So we talk about this notion of manifestation, and there's like name it, claim it. There's all these things. I don't even want to go down that road because you start to lose really what God truly has for us in some of those things, and we start to get, I think people get very greedy and selfish and lose sight of the word and all of these different things. But there is something to say about saying something out of your mouth and repeating it and almost kind of putting standing on God's word and giving God an opportunity to perform miracles and to show out for you, to show up for you. And so if y'all are familiar with the movie 13 Going on 30, so cute, Jennifer Garner, Mark Ruffalo, where she's like 13, but she's like just wants to be older. And I remember being that way. Like, I just want to be a grown-up. I want to have my own apartment, and I want to have cute clothes and, you know, all of these things. Well, at 13, she wanted to be a magazine editor. Her favorite magazine, a fashion magazine called Poise. And there's a scene where she grows up and realizes that her job is a magazine editor at Poise, at her favorite one from when she was 13. And so there's a phrase, and she says,
I'm Jenna Rink, Big Time magazine editor. And she says it not like fully confident because she's not aware of the world she's in.
She's still trying to figure out, wait, I'm a magazine editor?
Yeah, so it's her friend, which if you've watched the movie Friend, telling her who she is, and she's like kind of trying to hype herself up, being like, yeah, I'm Jenna Rink, I'm a Big Time magazine editor. So that's a really iconic line in the movie, which you showed me that movie when I was young. I was middle
10,
school.
12,
yeah,
whatever.
Super young.
So we've been quoting this movie for 10 years. Like 10 years.
And not just the whole movie, because there's a lot of movies that we quote a lot of the movie. From that movie specifically, there's maybe 2 lines that we quote on a daily basis.
And that is one of them. So anytime one of us is like worried or down or like scared or nervous or anything about anything, one of us will say to the other, you're a Big Time magazine editor. Say it. I'm a Big Time magazine editor.
Get it together.
Yeah, we say it all the time.
Like literally, I think 5 times out of the week, and there's 7 days of the week. So I get this phone call. I'm in tears. I wake you up out of your nap. I'm like, Mom, I got the job. I got the job. We're freaking out. God music is playing because all glory to God. I'm on the floor again, and I literally, there was a moment of pause, and I'm like, Mom, I'm a Big Time magazine. Like, because we say that phrase all the time. We were gonna say it on the way to go serve, and I was just like, wait a day.
You're a bad bee.
The line that we had been saying to hype us up in a million different scenarios for literally a decade, all of a sudden held 100% meaning.
And we had no idea. She never said that thinking, let me keep saying this so I can become one day.
I never said I wanted it. I really wanted this 5280 job. It's my dream job, but I've never said those words. That's not something I was striving to. I was striving towards being able to write, to create, collaborate with an impact, and being able to share words that had meaning and to connect with people, which is all that 5280 magazine is connecting with Denver and loving and learning from each other.
Yeah.
So it wasn't magazine editor, it was everything surrounding it that I internally had been wanting for a long time.
Yeah. And it just fell in place because God was like, doop, doop, doop.
Oh, like crazy. Next big development is I was like, okay, I have a job with salary, benefits, like just like the whole thing off the rip after 1 month of searching for a job outside of college and at 22. After I got the offer, which I said yes to automatically, I was talking to family and I was like, okay, this is great. I decided to move in with my grandma for a little bit, and I was like, I can stay with her for a little bit, save money so I can like get an apartment to share with people, to find roommates. I was anticipating waiting for at least a year to save money to be able to get my own place, to start that next step. I'm driving, not even 24 hours later. It was like the following morning. I was driving, I went to the mall to look at the Container Store because I love organizing things.
I just went there yesterday.
It's so cool, but only if like you're a planner organizer. If you're not, then it's not really your scene. So I was looking at oh my gosh, why can't I put my desk or whatever space they're going to give me and all these things, and I'm driving, and this is also, God, such an orchestrator. Like, he had every single little thing. I have a friend who grew up in Colorado Springs, but we didn't meet until we both went to Belhaven. So we met out in Jackson. The number of Colorado people in Belhaven still blows my mind. But we met our freshman year, had a great freshman year. She decided the school was not for her, so she moved back to Colorado. But we still would meet up whenever I was home. Just all things kept the friendship. In like March, April, she calls me. She's like, hey Malia, I'm living in Golden, city in Colorado, closer to the mountains. We have a room that will become available in the fall. And I know you're graduating. Are you looking for a place? And I was like, yes, absolutely. But I had no job at that point. I had no idea if I was going to stay in Colorado or move. Like, I just had no idea. So I was just like, thank you for thinking of me. I'll keep you updated, but I'm not in a position to say anything right now. And the move is not till September, but she was like, we need the lease signed by July 1st. And I was like, I don't think I'll get it. There's no way I could get a job. And then especially a summer job does not pay enough to do the rent that is asked for in Golden, which Golden is
because you were applying for jobs in LA and New York.
And then all over.
You almost got a job in Loveland.
I almost got a job in Loveland. There was an opportunity to go to Boulder. There was an opportunity. I got really close to a job in Texas. Like, there was nothing on the table at that point. So I was just like, thank you so much. She kept checking in, and I was like, I still don't have anything. So slowly, I stopped updating her. She stopped texting me because it's a great idea. Thank you so much to have a roommate that I know, but it's not meant to be. Driving home from the mall, like leaving the mall, and I almost crashed, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Golden. Look up the distance between 5280 office and Golden, literally 20-25 minutes. I call my friend up and I'm like, hey, I just got the best job ever yesterday. Please tell me that this room is still available. Mind you, this is end of May, but they're trying to get someone soon. She's like, Malia, we've had terrible luck. Nobody's been looking for a place, and we need a roommate or else the rent's sky high. So she's like, yes, the room's available. And I was like, I'll take it. So to recap, within 2 days, I was offered a job, and not just any job, a really well job that I'm so happy to be at, such an incredible team and Bishop, and found a place to live with someone that I know who I met 4 years ago, and 2 of the girls who I've now met who are amazing, in Golden, stunning location, still close to home, close to the office, no need to move anything else around. Rent is super good for just rent period nowadays in Colorado. Like,
oh my gosh,
y'all, isn't God good?
God is so good. It just keeps coming and coming. And then one thing I do want to mention too when we talk about manifestation is there was when Malia graduated from high school, I was going through some of her old boxes, my old boxes, something like that, in getting ready for her to move into the dorms, to move to Jackson, into the dorms, etc. And
also our graduation party.
For your high school graduation party, I found this drawing of hers, which is crazy because one, I don't know if you're moms, if you're like me, I throw a lot of, how many pieces of art did you have? Like, I threw a lot of stuff away. But I happened to find this one thing I saved, and it was like this big.
We'll
pretty
post
big.
it.
Yeah, we'll post a picture of it. And Malia drew a self-portrait. It's like self-portrait and a career portrait.
It was like draw yourself and like what career you want.
And this was like 2nd grade?
I had it been younger. The reason why I think this is because I don't remember doing this at Highline. I remember it being a Rick Center thing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were 4?
Well, actually, then maybe it was the 1st grade. Somewhere I remember being very, I don't know. It just felt like it was in a Rick Center box. But you're right. 4-year-old is super young. So maybe like 1st, 2nd grade, probably 1st.
So 6,
7, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7.
I don't know. Anyway, it
whatever.
was a long time. She doesn't
yeah,
remember.
The point is, I don't have no memory of this. It was super
Doesn't
long
remember drawing this at all. But it is Malia with her dark skin,
super dark skin, wide glasses,
and
super tiny eyes. It's kind of creepy.
It's a little creepy.
Just a little.
And it literally writes out what she wants to be when she grows up.
And before you say what was on there, if you were to ask me today what I would say as a kid, because you know in elementary school, the icebreaker beginning of the year, what do you want to be when you grow up? You get asked it a million times. Majority of elementary school, middle school, from what I can remember, most of those years I said a teacher. Partly because my dad was a teacher. Teaching is cool. It's awesome, actually. And it was also some years a cop-out, because I was like, I don't really know. teacher's a good answer. So in my head, I was like, yeah, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher. Continue on with this portrait.
So this portrait of Malia that she drew at 6-7 years old literally talks about how she wants to be a writer.
Y'all.
And goes into like the salary and what she wants to do, what type of degree she needs. I'm like, as a 6-7 year old, really?
It's all off the charts. We'll post it, but it's all the information's wrong.
So fast forward to graduation party. So she's literally graduating from high school,
which
she's
means
written.
I'd already written all 4 books.
All 4 of her books.
I'd already applied and decided to go to Belhaven for writing. Like all of that had already been decided by the time you told me this. Yeah.
So all of a sudden we see this thing and we're like, oh my gosh. Again, something about this, like God planting seeds around purpose and the path that he has you on, and then manifesting that over time. So over the course of another decade or more,
at least,
of this drawing that she doesn't even remember writing.
No memory of it. I almost, not to think it was fake, but I was like, there's no way, because I don't remember ever wanting to be a writer as a kid. When I tell people about my reading journey, which is in our, I believe our career podcast, we talk about it, is that my first writing, well actually it was pretty early on, my first writing thing that I can remember where I got into it was like 3rd grade, so it wasn't that far off. But I don't remember ever being like, yes, I'm gonna be a writer. So I get to my graduation party, which, Mom, one of my best parties. One of your best parties. I had so much fun. You killed it.
And I framed this. She didn't know about it.
I had no idea.
This portrait.
I walk into the graduation party before the guests arrive to kind of see and kind of help. And I walk by and I'm like, Mom, what the heck is that? Because, y'all, and I had this framed in my dorm room all 4 years of college, and it was usually, for some reason, like, behind my mirror. Like, the way we put it up in the room was always, like, in frame of the mirror. So whenever there's a selfie of me and my friends, or just me in my dorm room, I can pull up at least 20 where she's just kind of staring at you in the background. She's kind of creepy. So I look at it, and I'm like, what is this? And I start reading it, and I was like, writer, salary. I'm like, Mom, what it... And not only... you go through stuff and you like spring cleaning, all the things. It's the fact that you found it, like you said earlier.
I don't remember seeing it or saving it.
Saving it, and all those things, and it could have gotten thrown away or tossed or forgotten about a million different times between now and then. You found it as you were prepping for the party.
Yeah.
So it's not even like beginning of high school where I was starting my first book, and I was like, oh cool, this inspires me to do the second one. It was, I'm a writer already, and then here's this photo of little me being like, yeah, I want to be what you currently are right now.
Yeah.
It's so
cool.
I've never phrased it in that way. It just came to me, and now I kind of want to cry.
Well, it's just like, I love when things like that happen. It's more than just a wink. Like when God winks at us and it's like,
hey baby.
Hey baby. I was thinking, hey baby, like here you go, Malia. Like I love you. Here you go.
Here's a little chocolate.
It's more than like this. These are like massive winks.
Why?
These are like, I think about you all the time. I love you, and I have planned your life.
This is so specific.
Do not worry.
Like he had the seed of me drawing, and of all careers I could have written down, because there was a number of years where I wanted to be a princess and an actor and a singer. Oh, like the number of things that I could have put down that day, whatever day it was. He planted that feeling, that calling of writer.
Yeah.
And throughout the next decade of me writing some years, and me writing not some years, and wanting to be a million different things, and almost going to musical theater, like all the different things that I was involved in. And he was like, no, you're going to go to Belhaven. There's writing in your future. There's Angie Thomas in your future. There's 4 books written in your future. Then there's 5280 in your future.
And that's why I'm like, all right, what's next?
Oh my gosh, it's mine. And then I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but I was in Arizona last week on a mission trip. And so I was like, I need to redo my bio. So many things have happened since I love that Belhaven's on there, but I was like, I now have a job and all these cool things. So I rewrote it. So now it says 22, editor of 5280 magazine. It says that he writes my story better than I ever could.
Amen.
Amen. And I was just like, I want to still have writing on there. I want to have my verse and God-centered bio, because that is just, that's my breathing. Like that is my life, is my relationship with God. But I was just like, how do I intertwine this? And I was literally sitting in a van all day and was like,
lightning
struck your brain of just, because he orchestrates, he writes our story. Like he is the author, and it was in my dorm room for a couple of years. Of I trust the next chapter because I know the author.
Yeah.
Love that line. So I was like, I want my own version of it, and it's literally like, I'm a writer and I love the stories I write and what I create and my job, but I could never, as a planner who tries to write out her life literally every single week, could never do it the way it would never have been this cool.
Good.
And this last minute, and he's just like, so you want a job and a place to live, and I also have now received a title of a car. I got you. Boom, boom, boom. I graduated May 3rd. It is currently July 7th. Job, place to live, car. And I put all of that on my bingo for the year. I had a New Year's party with my friends, and we were like, let's put things on our thing. And I wanted a car so bad. I wanted a job and place to live so bad. I wanted a lot of things on that bingo that probably is not going to happen. But I wrote all those. I can't even speak anymore because who knows?
It probably won't happen. And you like checked off like 6 things. And
oh yeah, because I've gone 3 different trips. I volunteered in a different state, just like all these things. But I literally God orchestrated 3 of the biggest things on my list that I wanted, but like would have taken a lot. Only God, and He orchestrated it in a matter like a month. Mm-hmm. It's just, I'm hearing from friends back home, me and 2 other RAs that we grew really close with, Tessa and Renee, I love y'all. They both got a job offer and then acceptance letter to a master's program in Germany, weeks after I got my offer. All 3 of us have our next steps laid out within a month.
Yeah. And we know that when we try to force timing or force things, it's like, we want something, and because we have our natural eyes, we can only see it working out this way. And when it doesn't work this way in this time, we're like, God, what are you doing? Where are you? And God's like, oh, just wait.
Oh, just wait. Like
I see.
See. That's what I have a verse that I have tattooed that's Romans 8:18, which I try to keep with me every day. Of just like the hardships and struggles of like obviously deep pain and stuff like that. But I also try to remember of just like that's anything where just like the day this doesn't go our way, the plan that we thought was going to work out didn't work out. Like anything that's a misstep, anything, it is for, like God has blessings for us later. And then if y'all have read Genesis, Joseph is one of my favorite stories because all the brokenness, that story is tragic.
It is tragic.
Not one of the most tragic in the Bible thing, but pretty tragic. And God was like, I knew this was going to happen. All of these terrible things, and He was like, and then look what I did with all those broken pieces. Mm-hmm. It makes every broken piece worth it with the relationship.
That's why I like disco balls.
Disco balls are awesome, and it's literally broken pieces of glass. Yeah, put together. So in the Love podcast, I was just like, it hurts. Which also, when we recorded the podcast, it was 2 months later, but it really was weeks after my heartbreak. So I was feeling it a lot more than like 2 months later. Now it's 7 months, y'all.
You're good.
I'm good, and it just like it hurts, but I'm like, no, but like if God was able to orchestrate all of that over a span of 22 years and all of that, and that's like not even broken pieces, that's just stuff He orchestrated over time, then I'm
He's just getting started with your life.
It kind of gives me chills, just a little bit. So anyway, we wanted to give you an update of just since graduation, especially because I was looking to a lot of unknown. A lot of things have now been known, and oh my God, thank you God. So we just wanted to give you an update on that, and kind of like my mom talked about, just like manifestation in terms of just like the trusting of God, of understanding His steps and the story that He has for us. And it's just, this is why we were so excited for graduation and all the next things. And there's just grins on our faces because we've seen what He has done with the book and even the stories in the book that He was able to make for good and orchestrate. So we're so excited. So blessed and excited. So just a quick little update. We want to keep talking with you, so keep staying updated on our podcast. We want to have more things come out, more information and more talking with you. And we also have events coming up. So please stay tuned for that. We have a lot of info on Instagram, and we're so excited to connect with you. And we're so excited for you to tell us about the book. Please buy it. Please read it. Please tell us all about it. We're so excited to see what y'all think.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You sleepy, mommy?
It's okay, the day's done.